All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
The brothers here from Great Millstone, Atlanta. We want to start out by giving all praises, honor, and glory unto
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash.
double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to all the Akim out pushing the word of sincerity and the truth. Yeah, and this lesson is going to go into, using the world as not abusing it. The basic wisdom dealing in terms of the world, because when you read it in the scriptures, it gives a distinction between the world and the truth, a plain distinction, and the scriptures further elaborate throughout certain verses within the scriptures that goes into the dangers of the world. It says, and it goes into how women can be dangerous, how money can be dangerous, how people can be extremely dangerous. It's so much dangers that come with the world, and the scriptures give you insight on what to beware of. The characteristics of men, pride, and it gets into the certain emotions that certain people hold that can actually put you in a bad situation, So it always speaks about forbearing from the world. But us brothers in the world, in our day-to-days, it's like, how do you utilize this world so that you can actually get what you need out of it? Because we're worldly creatures in spiritual bodies, all right? So in your everyday, you have to go around people. You have to be in certain areas that's not sometimes not feasible, and you have to do certain things so that you can sustain. Because what the scriptures speak about, the chief things in this life are bread, water, shelter. It tells you that in Sirach. Those be the essentials that you actually need. So we don't produce these out of the earth. We're not we don't have agriculture and things of that nature. So you have to go to your manufacturing jobs and your warehouse, whatever you work at, or if you're self-employed. Some brothers make money through the internet. You know what I'm saying? So the main point that we wanted to drive home is just your day-to-days and things, understanding that it is certain wisdom that you do need to even apply from this worldly sense that can actually help leverage you and help you become a better individual. You know what I'm saying? In the spirited power of Yahweh Shema Shai. Now, certain things are carnal, but to be honest, like we always go into, certain carnal things help you in the spirit. Period. Working out helps your spirit. It's something that you carnally do. You physically lift weights or do calisthenics and things of that nature. Cardio, running and things of that nature. It's a physical activity, but it does have spiritual benefits. All right. More oxygen. When you do cardio, you get more oxygen flow to your brain. More oxygen flow to your brain actually helps you think better, makes you register information, makes you actually can read and actually absorb what you're reading through just from doing physical activity. You see? So it's all about extracting the positive things of the world. And what does the scripture speak about exercising? It says bodily exercise profiteth little. So in terms of, like, it's a dividing line of negative and positives in terms of things that's positive in the world, exercising falls along the positive lines. It's a profit unto you. But compared to the spirituality outweighs all these things, of course. But you, like I said, the main thing we wanted to go into is, you in the world, so to speak. It is certain things you can do to actually help leverage yourself as a man. Put yourself in a certain situation where you could become a better individual in the spirit and in power of Yahweh Shema Shai, and actually helps you become a better asset within the body. Because you could sometimes be an asset, which we don't look at brothers like liabilities, but just in the sense of you always asking, you could be burdensome. You don't want to be a brother. The scripture says it's a shame to be a beggar. So how do you keep from begging? Being employed. The scripture speak about occupying. I was talking about in spirit, but in your downtime, are you still occupying? Are you still handling business? Are you still doing any and everything you can do with your might? Are you still figuring out and moving forward in the spirit as well as in the world? You see what I'm saying? Those things are important. Because one thing about this place, you got to keep moving forward, man. If you stuck in your complacent and comfortable, comfort and complacency are the biggest enemies in your life.
Mm-hmm.
Just being cool with being here. Now the scriptures say, and the same thing, to put balance to it, how's it worded?
Speaking about when it talks about leisure.
Well, where it talks about basically, being somewhat complacent. It's slipping my mind right now, but it basically having food and raiment therewith be content. Now there is a good thing about being content. If you have the essential items that you need just to hold you down, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Stick with that. But sometimes it's so much things that try to put you, like if you're in your one, you got that one trick pony mentality, and you're just gonna do this and do this every single day, and you think that's gonna get you by. You're not gonna be ready for that that random hook that the enemy provides, man.
You gotta understand it's a balance with everything.
It's a balance with everything.
Mm-hmm.
You see, and a lot of individuals through the spirit don't know how to blend those lines. There's a lot of people in the world that don't know how to have the truth as an asset to their worldly life, and there's a lot of people. Did I say the world? Yeah, the people in the world don't know how to submerge the truth within their daily. And it's a lot of people that actually know of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, and they don't know how to actually merge the world. So you need both of them because, like I said, we're fleshly as well as spiritual. Spiritual, and we're actually living souls. All right, we're compacted flesh. We need these different. We got to use water and all the food, electricity, heat to stay in. You need to socialize. You got to. And like you just being in your pod and you're not talking to nobody. Mm-hmm. You need those things to actually mentally stay, balanced. But we're gonna go into certain scriptures through the spirit.
Mm-hmm. I had a quick one just backing up, what you were just speaking about. Mm-hmm. This is Sirach or Ecclesiastes 38:24. It says, "The wisdom of a learned man cometh by opportunity of leisure, and he that have little business shall become wise." So that's showing you the balance, of actually, this is what we're going into. Just not being of the world, but taking advantage of certain opportunities. Mm-hmm. You have to handle your spiritual business as well as your carnal business.
Yeah. You got to think, like, if you're a brother that work at Taco Bell, and you already settled, it's like you're gonna have to grow up. That's where really this true boils down to, is growing up and being on your grown man. Like, this is like a spiritual. It's like assimilation. When you read the scriptures, the Lord set things up in front of men to see how good they balance things. And what he said, all right, good servant, you took this talent and now you're over 10 cities. Now you're over this and that. Because on a small level, they were able to actually, do that which a man requires. They understood management. They they had certain skills of dealing with brothers in the spirit. They know how to reprove and rebuke, actually forewarn through the prophecies. So, that actually gave them ability to deal with 10 cities. You see? But just always being like an individual, and you just always just settling for less. You always settle for less, and you always putting your mentality at the bottom of the barrel. When big things come, you're not gonna even be, for the most part, prepared for that. Now, and I'm not saying that, all right, because we all work shit jobs. It's not about that, and it's not even about, all right, your income is gonna equate to the Lord dealing with you. The Lord say He deal with the poor of the earth. It's just about mindset throughout your day to day. Not wanting a car, not wanting to do this, and you just want to actually let the government take care of you. You just want to have your EBT. Like, what the hell is wrong with you? You see? So the message isn't even about, all right, we trying to get brothers to, trying to get you brothers to get your income up. Because we all poor. And it ain't even about money. It's not like dollar signs equal salvation. This ain't a rat race of making money to actually get in the kingdom of heaven. The Lord, all this shit is gonna perish. The scriptures speak about that even too. The cloth, the riches of this world, all these things is gonna pass away.
Like Yahushua said, give those things that are Caesar's, which is Caesar. Give those things to the Most High, which is the Most High. Mm-hmm. We subject to payment, so we gotta take heed to all these opportunities, it'll make your life a little more better than just being in a slump job like Taco Bell, saving money here and there, but not coming ahead. You know, you working all mad hours, but got nothing to show for it.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to be that type of cat.
Yeah, and it's always about these, these spiritual challenges and taking yourself through the ringer at times, man. You know, because when you put yourself in certain situations, like we just said, uncomfortable situations, you actually get out of your comfort zone. Everybody could, it's easy to be in your comfort zone, but when you get out of that comfort zone, that's when you start to recognize growth. Taking yourself from your natural elements and stuff like that. And I'm not even talking about really on a in a working job sense, just like in your everyday, putting yourself through, even studying, your studying regimen, studying on challenging yourself mentally, actually really getting into the fullness of these scriptures and actually watching documentaries. And there's always certain things that can always push you forward, But you got something?
Come. Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 12. For wisdom is a defense, and money is a defense.
Mm-hmm.
But the excellency of knowledge is that wisdom giveth life to them that have it.
Right. So wisdom stands tall above everything. As when it, also mentioned money. Money can be a defense unto you too. And like me personally, I've been trying to really crack down on my so-called financial education. And it's truth, you get educated on a lot of stuff. You can say I know money. Everybody says, yeah, I know how money. Yeah, people know how to spend a dollar and know how to go to their job and make money, but they don't understand economics, geoeconomics. You know what I'm saying? Understanding the fullness on the circulation of revenue, how revenue works. Financial literacy on revenue, understanding spending sheets, budget management. So on. And that's really king's wisdom, to be honest.
Yeah.
Solomon knew the balance of money. See, these men had a lot of money, but you didn't just see one man was like a multi-billionaire and everybody else in the kingdom was poor. Nah, those other men in the kingdom actually ate of that tree, so to speak, that they provided. And this is actually Solomon speaking. So he's speaking about it actually has a level of benefit. And things can benefit you in the truth. Making more money actually, gives you more, like if you want to actually get certain biblical books that actually help, like, you got the Zonovists and you got as well as other books. But some brothers get into more books. That's good. Some brothers go into certain books that help further elaborate with this truth. Or if you want to get a laptop, to go live, get another camera. Certain things that you might need, extra garment. It's always good to have more than one garment. Certain things for on the move. As well as the essentials. And like we just said, you got to take care of yourself. Get your incense. You get certain things that actually. And you can actually give things to brethren. So everything has a benefit and to it. But it's just always understanding, what I'm saying? How could I be more charitable? How could I be a better version of me? I need this, that. Because we all need things to upgrade. You play, when you was a child, you played games like Mario and Sonic. And you ain't just going to be walking, throughout the game and you just get a fucking upgrade, man.
Yeah.
You got to land on certain things. You got to get those power-ups.
Yeah, find certain secret hidden.
Yeah, the secret gems.
Turtle shell.
Yeah.
Clashing at
you. Yeah, then you you get them certain weapons, and the more asses that you kick, the more challenges that you go through and beat big boy bosses. You begin on them high levels and shit, level 73 and shit, like you like, god damn. But you had to go forward in the game. You couldn't just be on that one level.
Yeah.
And you think if you would play level 1 and you would have jumped to 73, you would be able to beat the 73rd boss? Hell no.
Right.
You had to go through 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way up to 73. Is there more on that?
No, that's it on that.
Okay.
I had that 1 Corinthians for you. You wanted that?
What, 7?
7.
Yeah, that's it.
Con. This is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 31. It says, and they that use this world as not abusing it, for the fashion of this world passeth away.
Yeah, it says, for they that use the world as not abusing it, for the fashion of this world passeth away. Right, and it's about using things and not over-abusing it. Because when you you have drug abuse, which drugs are abusive any damn way. But people that's actually using things more than actually what it needs to be used.
Yeah.
You can use things of the world. The scriptures agree with that. You're not sinning because you use things of the world.
Yeah.
But when you start to over abuse it, you know, like a lot of Jakes be wanting to get all this different money, you know, get all kind of money just to have sex with all kind of women and drive all kind like, yo, you abusing the world, man.
Yeah. Again, and ultimately it pulls you further and further away from Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah, because that's what you putting your spirit into.
That's it. And it's like, you didn't need all that. Why the fuck does one man need 9 cars? You know, and it's just for bragging rights, bragging purposes. Now these Jakes be motivated, and they be having these secret idols on Instagram and these different accounts, man, that they look up to. You shouldn't be looking up to that shit, man.
Yeah.
You know, and that's why even brothers tell like certain younger men, man, don't even be all on, you know, social, unless you got that certain balance. You're using it. You're using the internet for how it's supposed to be used. You know what I'm saying? And really, you should be using the internet as a tool to be edifying yourself, building your spirit up. There's so much content through these devices that we actually hold. That's why the scriptures speak about that leisure that we should be occupied with in the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah. Like I say, even your downtime is still productive. Like me, like I said, I try to use my downtime to, you know, look into things pertaining to like history. You know, if I'm not in the spirit of going into, you know, videos, things of that nature, looking at history or understanding grown. Like I use it in terms of like grown man wisdom. You know, you see how grown men in their 30s, 40s, 50s, you know, things that they actually have to actually build their mindset. You know, certain, and that's beneficial. You know, it helps me. Yeah. You know, scripture say everything with everybody's not expedient. So, you know, what I look at too, I don't say, I just gotta watch this. It's not. It's just something that helps my personal growth. Seeing different individuals from different backgrounds, you know, showing what they went through and how they actually thrive. You know, like they say, the rose in the concrete type of thing. That helps my growth. It helps me stay motivated. And it's all about what keeps you motivated. The word motivate goes into motive, and it goes into the word movere, which is move. What actually moves and drives you. But you go ahead.
Right, that was it on the 1 Corinthians.
Read that over.
Con. 1 Corinthians 7 and 31. It says, 7 and 31. And they that use this world as not abusing it, for the fashion of this world passeth away.
Yeah, for the fashion of this world passeth away. The ways and the styles that this world is geared towards, and everybody's accustomed to living, this whole lifestyle is dying out. You know, the Lord is setting up a new kingdom and a new earth, and that's why we're really getting hip to what the things of old. How our forefathers lived, how our forefathers acted, the wisdom that they actually used.
Abraham, Joseph, they all used the wisdom to be temperance under another ruler. That wasn't about the ways of the Heavenly Father and doing righteousness. But they excelled in abundance of things. Isaac splitting the field, paying for the field, for the forefathers to lay their heads after they pass away, and the whole nine. Like, we have that same gene within us. We have the God gene within us. So all we doing is pushing it out so it can flourish, so we can be a little, you know, what you call it? Speak to Israel comfortable. How we gonna speak to Israel comfortable if we're in straits, even within our own selves, causing affliction to our own selves? It ain't Jake ain't gonna hear you if you slicking and jiving.
Yeah. You see Moses had to graduate. You know, through the spirit, he went up the ranks through the spirit and power, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, and put him in a certain position.
Lead by example.
Yeah, he led by example, and he stepped down from his office, you know, to push the truth for Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, because he seen that he was in an extremely worldly position, and nothing came with that but debauchery and the delicacies of Egypt. So it ain't even about, you know, we ain't trying to sit by the president like this. What's that one nigga? He was behind the president. He been starting up. What's this guy name? I can't think his. He was all brothers posting on.
Hannon.
He said he was an Israelite. Nah, a dude in this time. He like an older man, but he just got locked up recently.
But he was standing by the president.
But he was behind the president. But really, he's just been like a big face that a lot of Israelites been talking about, and I think he said that he knew he was an Israelite, but he was saying people got to come up under him. Brothers know, but it's slipping my mind right now. But it's not about that, man. You trying to meet with the president and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just being the best version of you that you could be. Just like your laptops and your cars, you always got to upgrade and you always got to modify.
Yeah.
You got to do the same thing with your spirit.
Uh,
You got something?
Jesus is always living.
Mhm.
you got something?
Yeah.
We're going to close in a second.
I had something.
Okay, you go.
This is the book of 1 John chapter 2. I'll start at verse 15. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him.
Mm-hmm.
For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, and the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life, is not of the Father,
Mm-hmm.
but is of the world. And the world passeth away, and the lust thereof. But he that doeth the will of the Most High abideth forever.
Right, and that's the thing about even this world too. You got to be willing to drop everything at a drop of a dime, just like was it James and John?
Yeah.
Speaks about how they I think it was John and Peter.
Peter,
Yeah.
I dropped the net straightway.
They dropped their net straightway and
Yeah.
left, and they was in the middle of what business? They was in the work with their father.
And Capernaum was a lucrative business. Fishing was a lucrative business in Capernaum at that time too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you have these different people that do fishing. They'll get ships and they'll go get big ass nets of giant crabs and giant shrimp.
Mm-hmm.
Butterfly shrimp, and then they'll come all the way back. They might be going months at a time. They make great money.
Yeah, they make a hell of money.
They can sit out a whole 6 months.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
The whole year.
Oh yeah.
If I could just say, that goes to the balance that the deacon was speaking about earlier. Because it's good to have these certain things, but when the time comes, for you to put it away, or just leave, say they say you can't work unless you have the max. Are you willing to let go?
Oh, the vaccine.
Yeah, but I just said the max is just for cold.
Oh, okay, yeah.
They be trying to take things down.
Yeah.
Yeah, but say they try to make it mandatory. Are you willing to drop everything that you had, and just work for Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai?
Yeah. Yeah, because that's that's the thing about this world too. It's always a sacrifice. It's getting to the point where everything is coming to a head. Either you're fully in the world. It's the red pill, blue pill.
Yeah.
Either you want to, and Esau's gonna put it. Either you're gonna be with this new world order, or you're gonna die.
Mm-hmm.
All right, which is the decision of the Lord that's putting on the left. Either you want to follow the Lord, or you want to follow the God of this world.
Damn.
And everybody's gonna actually be, faced with that decision. And a lot of people are gonna accept. Majority of the people are gonna accept this world because what? First, they don't want to lose their life, and two, it's so many benefits and goodies in this place that people are possessed by.
Damn.
People are possessed by the riches. They're possessed by the cars, the clothes, and majority. Jake follows women. The scripture says that I've created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass that about a man. Women rule over them, and majority of these women. Scripture says that speaking about she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth. They love this world. Majority of these women are dead, so they're gonna follow, the master puppeteer, the one that actually has the goodies for them.
Mm-hmm.
And they saying, "Come this way." They're gonna follow the bait, and Jake be right behind them.
Mm-hmm.
You see?
That's why it's significant to take heed to the points that we saying. The gist of the whole matter is live content with what thou have.
Mm-hmm.
But it's important too to take the opportunity. The Lord want to have mercy on you with a little more than what you got, then get it.
Yeah,
Show
yeah.
you the way, then get it.
Yeah, and another thing too, which we're gonna go back to the scriptures, but you could use Esau, man. It's hell. I was joking with a brother, like, man, it's sometimes good to keep a few white boys on the team, man.
Mm-hmm.
Get you a few white boys. Hey, hell, Jake be having full scale. I was joking with him too to say Jake be having witches on the team, which is like lawyers. Those lawyers are attorneys that could turn. That's like a witch, man. Somebody that actually changes everybody's optics and perception of the reality of what happened and make it something in favor of that person to get off. Damn near like a witch.
Yeah.
But see, Jake be needing that to get out of that. But we don't have those problems, so we don't, But when you're going through things, you might actually have somebody that's you might talk to individuals. You have tax return ladies and individuals you deal with in the world on a business side, whenever you need certain things actually straighten out, it's good to have those individuals, man.
Yeah.
Those are resources.
Yeah,
You have a mechanic, so whenever you're dealing with this problem, you have this professional. You have this problem, you have this professional. And you know, we're not professionals at everything. It's things where we weak at, and you got to know your weaknesses and have certain individuals that possess those abilities. And all day, every day, when you put that's economy. With your strength might not be their strength, but your weakness, might be their strength. So you use their strength for your, gain. And a wise man should do that. That's how you use the world. You see, when Yahweh Shai and these men, when they went through their trials, certain people of the world actually helped, help them out of their situations.
Yeah. Like the Passover, the guy, he set up the supper, the table, the room upstairs for. He furnished the room upstairs for the 12 disciples Yahweh Shai for the Passover.
Joseph of Arimathea, as well as others. But that was
Yeah, it was it on that.
I got one.
Okay, we'll close with that.
Says, then I'm going to jump to verse 28. Ecclesiasticus chapter 40, verse 25. Gold and silver make the foot sure. It's like it. Sirach chapter 40, verse 25. Gold and silver make the foot stand sure. But counsel is esteemed above them all.
Yes.
Above both.
Says gold and silver make the foot sure. When gold and silver are substances, like they say, the word substance, sub is under and stand, something that you stand on. Gold and silver making the foot sure. When you have gold and silver, that's good substance. You even have certain products that appreciate and some that depreciate. Liabilities. And the scriptures speak about is, it's good to actually have these certain things. When you read about Abraham, it said Abraham was rich in gold and silver. But like I said, at the end of the day, it put it in that but it said, but counsel. Counsel stands above everything. The wisdom and understanding of Yahweh Shema Shai is the primary, like this is the first primary thing that you have to get. And you got to have like a value sheet and actually put yourself only in the things that have value while we're here. Anything else that doesn't profit, like it's scripture speak about being vain, you really shouldn't even be into that like that, man. Now we listen to music and things of that nature. We have our entertainment, and a lot of shit don't add up to nothing. Feels good for the time, but that doesn't consume our thoughts. We should be fully functioning in prophecy, pushing the spirit, applying His word, purging these demons from ourselves, keeping ourselves from the filth of the world, retracting ourselves from the things that's going on, making sure that we, not being baited into shit. Because a lot of people have been, man, all these jakes that's been locked up and killed. It's like the sirens, man.
Yeah.
Something that's calling them and leading them to fucking death.
Snares.
Yeah, them snares and nets, which a lot of times would be all kind of women. And they be knowing Jake be having something, and they'll set them up and string them along and rob them and kill them or get them killed. Some of them will get off, some of them get locked up. But, the fact of it is, this world is very dangerous, and you have to speak about being wise as a serpent. That serpent knows how to move. All right? Serpent is known to be low profile, know how to move through grassy terrains, get what it needs to get in the world, gets its kill. And a lot of times you never seen an anaconda with a big ass fucking I just say like a reindeer or something like that in its belly. You ain't never seen them get caught off guard. I never seen that. You'll see them eat a big ass animal, but you'll never just watch a documentary and like a cheetah will be walking and then he just see the anaconda caught slipping, trying to digest that because it takes a while to digest those. But it's like, where the hell do they be in the meantime? I never seen it.
Yeah.
Them snakes be seeming like they got them burrow underground. And some of them do be having their little huts and stuff like that where they'll set up. They have homes like those little digging homes, and they'll have like dens. Yeah. That only they in, and they'll strike the shit out of you if you get in there. And people, those animals know those little dens, and they know to stay away from that shit, man. So you got to know your ins. The point is knowing your ins and outs. And use your ins. Use the world as not abusing it. That was the main thing, right? Ain't script.
My son lead not, verse 28. My son leads not a beggar's life, for better it is to die than to beg.
Right, and if you're not a beggar, then you have to be somebody that's, like people say, going and getting it.
Yeah.
A lot of these jakes be begging and they're saying they ain't got nothing. but they got 2 legs, they got 2 arms, they got a functioning mouth where they could talk, persuade, answer questions, do interviews. Nigga, you moving around, you should be able to do something.
Yeah.
But those jakes, they just content with begging.
Kind.
And then that's the bottom of the food scale. You have certain, jakes that just live with their mama. They ain't gotta beg their mom to stay there every day, but that's really like a beggar's life.
Yeah.
They're not trying to come out of the fucking basement, asking their mom for Lucy's and waiting on their mom to cook, rushing their mom, to get home so that they could cook dinner, man.
Right.
And be damn 35 years old. It's a lot of those jakes out there, man. So us brothers, we have to be, the best men that we possibly could be through the spirit of power, Yahweh Shema Shah.
Yeah, because we prince of the power.
Yeah, we're princes of the power.
That's right.
But that was it.
Yes.
That was the main, information we wanted to give out through the spirit and power, Yahweh Shema Shah. Hopefully, brothers was edified through the spirit and power, Yahweh Shema Shah. We're gonna end it by giving all praise, honor, and glory unto
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash.
Double honor to the apostle and elders, great millstone. Shalom, Shalom.
Shalom.